Hello everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Today I am going to share my shrimp stir fry. I have a sugar snap peas and asparagus, celery, broccoli, sayuti squash, carrots, and of course the shrimp. I pre-cut everything and peel the shrimp so I won't have to take too much time of everybody. I'm just gonna show you how to do the stir fry. And if anyone is not familiar with the vegetable sayuti squash, this is what it look like when you bought it at the store. And also when you buy this at store, try to pick the one that it doesn't have too much growth on it, because it's kind of hard to peel when it's all that line of it. So trying to pick the smooth one, just like this one. Okay? Okay, first we put our oil in the wok. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, this is my wok from the Philippines that I bought about 20 years ago. So put that there and put a little bit of oil. I would say probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil, and we'll wait when that get a little bit hot. And when I cook, I don't really measure. I just put the seasoning a little bit at a time. So I have a soy sauce here, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of cornstarch, and I diluted it with a little bit of water. And I usually just use garlic salt, and depends on what I cook. I use beef flavor or chicken. So here we go. First, I have chopped up some garlic and onions. When your oil is hot, you just add on your garlic to it and kind of brown it. And then you add your onions. Okay? I'll be happy now. So, I'm waiting for this to turn brown a little bit, but you have to stir it a little bit so you don't want to burn it. And while we're waiting for this to turn brown, there is something that I want to share with you guys about cooking. During summertime, if you're making a certain food that you're gonna take out, like in the picnic or in the park, it's best not to use onions, because onions had a tendency to spoil a food quicker. So, okay, well now it's almost there. And the sugar piece also, when you clean them, you have to take the in part of it, and then when you pull it that way, there is a string that come out with it. It's the same thing with the celery. When you clean it, if you pull some of this on the side, on the back of it, there is something that come out. So it's not hard to do it. It's just good to take it off, because that way when you're eating them, you don't have this like a stringy things in your mouth. Okay, and I pre-wash everything, or even though in the package it says that it's already pre-washed and it's ready to be consumed or whatever, but I wash them anyway to make sure that it's clean, because you never know the process of packing them in the company or whatever. People touches, you know. We don't know if they wear gloves or whatever, but wash them anyway, just to be safe, especially with this pandemic that we have dealing right now. Okay, so my garlic is brown. I'm gonna add my onions. And making a stir fry is not always the same kind of vegetable. A stir fry is basically you can use all different kind of vegetable. This one that I'm making right now is the vegetable that I like very much. It's my favorite. So kind of saute the onions for a little bit longer. And I always put the food that is cooked a little bit longer or harder. So on this one here, I will add my carrots first and mix it a little bit. And I'm going to put a lid to it. And while I will wait for this, it also helps you to clean your kitchen, wash your dishes while you're trying to cook. It's because sometimes it's time consuming, but you can do other things while you're trying to cook, clean your kitchen, wash your dishes, and believe me, before you know it, before your food is done, your dishes is also being washed. You know, so just be patient with me. It's just with my type of job or work, I'm a caregiver, by the way. I try to make my hours useful. So when I am at work, when I'm cooking, just like what I'm doing now, I step out to do other things, like throw a load of laundry in the washer, or go run in the bedroom and make my bed up or something like that. So it's really helped to not to work too much or thinking, hey, I got too much things to do and I don't have enough time to do them. But not really, you know, if you just take your time and put everything in order, it's not hard to do. Okay, this is a little bit more salty. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water to it. See, about half a cup or a cup of water. It's sizzling. Okay, so my carrots is still kind of hard, so I'm gonna leave it there a little bit more, a little bit longer, and I'm gonna put my garlic salt to it. Like I said, I never measure, so I just put a little bit at a time, because at work I cook for my client and they have different cakes. Some of them is not allowed to have too much salt, so I just season them a little bit at a time and taste the food as I go. So while I'm waiting for my carrots to get tender, I just want to talk about things that I do at work, if you don't mind. Since I am a caregiver, I've been doing a caregiver work for about 20 some years now. So I learned a lot and had a lot of experience with different people, elderly, women, men, and I don't know, I love to, take care of them. I guess because they need help most of the time, and they're very passionate, some of them anyway. But I thank God that every single one that I work for, I get along with everybody. And I experience a lot of things, learn a lot. So I am so grateful, about what I learned from these people. So one day I like to share the details, some of the details on how to get along. Okay, now I just add my sayote squash in here. And I'm gonna turn my stove down to a simmer a little bit because I like to cook it slowly. So yes, if I could be help to a caregiver that watches my video, or just anybody, parents, young ladies with child, it's hard to raise children these days, believe me. I raised 3 of my sons, but it's really depend on you as a mother to trying to help or teach your children. I try my best, to teach my kids things around the house, like make their bed up or clean their rooms. It's not easy, but it's helpful for them when they get older, when they get their own family. I got 3 sons. They all married now. They got children. I got grandkids. I got 1 great granddaughter. She's adorable, and she is the light of my life. Whenever I have to keep her and babysit for her, I never get so tired playing with her. She's a mess too. So, okay, I'm waiting for my sayote to get tender a little bit. And sometimes you had to add more water on what you're cooking, but you don't want to put too much water at one time, because you don't want to end up with too much water on your stir fry. So just add a little bit at a time, because some of the vegetables, they are watery. So if you put too much water in there, when you put your vegetable that has a lot of water in it, you ended up with extra water on your stir fry. So you have to add a little bit at a time. But then, of course, it depends on your taste and your likes. If you like juice to pour on your rice or your noodles or whatever. That's the option that you have. So I would suggest just do it a little bit at a time. It's the same thing with the seasoning, you know, because not everybody have, you know, the same taste. Some like it salty and some don't. So serving stir fries to your family, to your children, you know, they can always add soy sauce to it when they get ready to it. And what's so good about stir fry also, because you can put it on top of rice, or you can even put it on your noodles. You know, like what I'm doing now, what I'm cooking. I can put it on top of my rice, or I can make the instant noodle, just cook it just normally, you know, and then take the juice off of it and then put your stir fry on it. Here you go. You have stir fry with noodles. Okay, sayuti has to be a little bit tender, but then you don't want it to be overcooked, so you get mushy. And I don't like mushy vegetable. So you always check it and stir it as you go along. I need another few more minutes we can add the next one. So I usually put carrots, cook it for about 3 minutes or until it's tender the way you want it. And then I put my sayuti, and it's the same thing. You cook it until the way you want it. And then the next that I'm gonna add to it is my broccoli. And broccoli doesn't cook that long. You know, it's because, you know, some people eat it raw. And then celery and my asparagus and my sugar snap peas. I can put these three together at the same time because those are doesn't cook that long. And then add your shrimp. Also the shrimp, I like to cook it last or put it in last because I do not want them overcooked also, because shrimp, when you cook it, when it's overcooked, it's kind of like a robbery. So stir fry is healthy, and also it depends on individual. You can add anything to it. You can add any kind of vegetable. Some people love bell peppers, you know, that yellow, red, and green pepper. So you can add all that to stir fries. You can stir fry anything, any vegetable, depending on what you want. And you can also put pork, chicken, or you can just stir fry straight vegetable. So that's why I like stir fry, because you can put anything you want or any kind of vegetable that you want to put in, like cauliflower, any kind of squash, like zucchini, any of this yellow, the green one, or the kind of grayish one, or cabbage. So, okay, my broccoli changed color already, so I'm gonna add my celery to it and my asparagus and my sweet snap peas. All three of them went in at the same time, and I'm gonna stir it. Okay, and I'm gonna put the lid on it for a little bit. Okay, So in the meantime, when I'm waiting for that one to be done, I can wash my dishes. You had questions, you could email me and message me on my site at the Adelfa's View, or you can email me at adelfas2000@yahoo.com. Like I said, I do not measure my seasoning that I put in there, or I do not write down anything. So if there is anything that you want to ask me about stir fries or whatever, I'm gonna try to answer your question or give you a suggestion on how to do it, because cooking food is not always what the recipe says. Okay, now I'm gonna put my shrimp. Yeah, it's not always what the recipe is. It's about what you want, on what you want to eat and what you like. Okay, as you notice, I only put a little bit of garlic salt in here from the beginning because I want everything to be halfway cooked. And then I'm gonna add my soy sauce and my cornstarch after everything is halfway cooked. And I'm gonna have to add a little bit more water to it, but I'm gonna wait until my vegetable is almost done before I add any more water to it, because I don't want it to be watery. So it's getting close to be done, and I'm gonna show you how it looks like after it's done. And I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Then I'm gonna taste it. And also, when you're cooking and you wanna taste your food, or after you have your dinner or whatever and you have leftover food and you want to preserve them, or you want to put it in the frigidaire, I noticed that some food is easy to spoil. So okay, I had to add a little bit more water to this. Okay, and I'm gonna put my stove up to high, and I'm gonna add my soy sauce and the cornstarch. I usually just kind of move everything out the side so I can pour my soy sauce in the middle so I can mix it. Okay, and then you mix all that up together now. Okay, and we're gonna put the lid and give it a few more minutes. And as I was saying about putting up leftover food, is you have to make sure that when the kids come home and they want to warm up some, they use a dry spoon all the time to take some out. That's anything, spaghetti or what, any kind of leftover food. Make sure that you take it out with a dry spoon, because if it's wet, that's gonna cause for your food to spoil right away. It doesn't matter if it's in the frigidaire, it's still gonna get ruined. Okay, so now See, I got a little bit more water in here. Okay, so I'm gonna taste it. I'm gonna use a tablespoon and I'm gonna get the juice. And like I said, make sure that the spoon is dry. Okay, that's tasty. That's one thing, if you know, using a fresh vegetable, you can tell that taste is kind of had that kind of tangy and sweet taste to it. Okay, our stir fry is done. Here you go, everyone. That is my Valentine stir fry vegetable. Just got in the car and we are on the way to spend a little time with my son and his family. Have a little Valentine's dinner with the grandkids. We're on the road and it was nice out there today. It's about 59 degrees and it's kind of gloomy, but it feels good being out here. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. After a few minutes on the road, going to my son's house, visiting the grandkids. Here we are.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day too, son. All right. Hold up a minute. Oops, you locked the door, honey. I had to get our food. So it's nice weather. It's nice neighborhood. And don't come out the house. You don't have no shoes on. So I want everyone to see my grandkids. Okay, let me grab this food. Okay, there we go. Walking into my son's house. Hello. Hi. Happy Valentine's. What you guys on?
Happy Valentine's Day!
Yes.
Say hi to the camera.
Hi! Hi!
Happy
Alright.
Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's!
Zendaya.
Say hi, everyone.
Hi everyone!
Say happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's!
Good. Very good. Hi, everyone. I'm back. This is where my shrimp and mixed vegetable went to. For Valentine's Day is for my son and his new wife. Here you go. They're gonna get ready to taste it, and my daughter-in-law is gonna get ready to eat some of it and see if I can get her approval of it. All right, go for it.
Alright, so let me get some of the shrimp, but I want some of the vegetables too. By the way, there's white rice in this. Look at it with the shrimp and broccoli.
And like I said, you know, with this stir fries, you can eat it with rice or you can eat it with noodles. It's your option.
You gonna share?
I don't like soggy vegetable. I mean overcooked because they kind of.
Yeah, no, the vegetables are crunchy.
Well, what you think?
There's flavor.
A lot.
You know, tastes like sodium focused flavor.
It's got good sauce.
There's soy sauce in it, and you can tell it gives it the flavor. It helps it along, but you can't really taste the full center of what is soy sauce in it. Like no one would be able to eat this and guess there was soy sauce in it.
Right. The vegetables are perfect. Not
Wow.
too hard, not too soft. They're tender.
Let me see. I didn't get to try the carrots though. It goes really good with the
Sorry,
rice
yeah.
though.
Well, I'm glad you guys like it.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. The carrots are good. You still have that carrot flavor.
Well, I think that's the benefit of using fresh vegetable because you can still taste the sweetness of it, especially
You could
when
use
it's.
frozen, but it's not
Oh
gonna taste the same.
no! I never use frozen
Yeah,
vegetable.
it's not gonna taste the same at all.
You know, but let me take that back. The only frozen vegetable I use if I was making gumbo, you know, I use the mixed vegetable like the carrots, green beans, and peas in it. You know,
Yeah.
other than that, no, I always use fresh.
The chayote squash is really good. I like the flavor of it, and it's has a really nice texture to the chew.
Yes,
It's kind of like a potato.
Yeah.
yeah. Sayote squash could be cooked with different food, like with chicken and pork, and you can cook it in a different ways.
But it's not an overpowering flavor at all.
No, not
No.
at all.
Yes. And another thing that I want to add on about the soy sauce of cooking Filipino food, either pancit or stir fries or adobo, I recommend the Filipino soy sauce because if you use other kind of soy sauce, it alters the taste of it.
Right.
Are they saltier?
Not really, but different soy sauce, they have a distinct taste. So if you used to eat Filipino food and suddenly you eat something else and other soy sauce in it, you will definitely find the different.
The distinct difference.
Yes,
between the different
yeah.
types. Yeah. Okay. This is really good.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you got.
I love it.
Wait, you guys supposed to be just tasting.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, you guys. Happy Valentine's to everybody,
Yep. Happy Valentine's
and
Day.
please be safe. Bye. Until next time. Once again, everyone, please
Subscribe.
subscribe
Like and share.
at Adelfa's View. Thank you for watching. And if you have any question, please just email me or message me at my site, Adelfa's View. Thank you. Bye for now.